Marcy. I'm a big fan of the show. Welcome to Time for Healing with Marion Porter.
Hey, thank you, Marcy. Always love it when fans want to introduce the show. Good times. So, yeah, welcome to Time for Healing, and we have the greatest show of shows today. We've got Rich Juergen, who's going to tell us all about the healing benefits of the triathlon lifestyle. Yeah, here he is. You're on the show finally.
Thanks, Marion.
Yeah, and you're a big fan too. Didn't you introduce a show?
Yes, I did introduce a show
It's
a while
very
ago.
exciting.
Yes.
See that? Yeah, we let fans introduce the show. Maybe you want to do it. I don't know. Let me know. So the triathlon lifestyle, that sounds interesting. I want to know all about it.
Okay.
What got you into it anyways?
Well, it started for me about 25 years ago. And back when I was around age 30, I was very heavy. I was 315 pounds. I was a pack-a-day smoker. I was a heavy drinker. I just had a completely horrible lifestyle going on. And I got to a spot in my life where I just said, enough is enough. I've got to change. I've got to get healthier. I want to live a long, happy life. So I made the beginnings. I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, I lost some weight, I started to get in shape, and my first interest was running, to be honest, strictly running, and I started doing the Manchester Road Race. That's my first love of my life, the Manchester Road Race. And as time went along, somebody approached me at work and said, "Hey, Rich, you're going to do a triathlon." And I said, "Wow, I've never heard of that. What is it?" And he explained to me that it's a 3-sport event that includes swimming, biking, and running in that sequence. And I thought, wow, I've never heard of this. This sounds really interesting, and I'm interested in trying it. So he said, we're going to go down to Lake Terramuggus in Marlborough.
Lake Terramuggus?
In Marlborough, where they run a summer series of the first level of triathlon, which is the sprint.
What?
So we went down there, and you have to swim 600 yards out into the lake, and then you bike 2 loops around the lake, which is 12 and a half miles total, and then you run a 5K.
That's a triathlon?
That is a triathlon. That is the first level called the sprint. So I did that, and I did it a couple of times, and I just became super interested in it. I really liked it a lot, and now I'm starting to get in shape. I'm starting to get better at it, you know. So then he explained to me that there are 4 levels of triathlon, that there's the sprint, which you just tried. The second level is Olympic, and they actually have that as an Olympic event. So we discovered that there's one available in Litchfield. It's called Litchfield Hills Triathlon.
So Olympic event, mean like being on the Olympics?
It is in the Olympics. It's in the Summer Games. And the distances are the next level up. So you have to swim 0.9 miles. You have to bike 25 miles. And then you have to run a 10K. So I tried that at Litchfield Hills. It's at Brody Park in New Hartford, Connecticut.
Wow.
That's the one that's available locally. Liked that. So then I thought, okay, let's start moving along into the next category, which is the 70.3, the Ironman, which you see all the medals here.
Yeah. This is you won all these races?
So I've successfully completed 14 Ironman branded races. This is my first one over here back in 2013, and that was at Lake Winnipesaukee, and that was called Timberman. Timberman. And I ended up doing that 4 times. The medal appears 4 times in a row.
Wow.
Unfortunately, they discontinued the race after the 2016 season.
Why?
I'm not sure, but Ironman stopped doing that race. So I had moved on to some other ones. I tried Syracuse. I tried Atlantic City.
On the boardwalk?
Yes, on the boardwalk.
Wow.
I also went up to Maine and did a couple of them.
That's a lovely. That's the prettiest one, I think.
Yep. And that was in Old Orchard Beach.
Wow.
Yep. And eventually I did one in Connecticut.
And they gave all you got from Connecticut was a hat.
I got a swim cap.
That's all
There's
you
a
got?
medal. No, there's a medal
So
in
if
here.
we had tolls, maybe you'd get a medal.
That's right. There's the
No, we don't want tolls.
There's the Connecticut medal.
Oh, there is
So-
a medal for Connecticut.
Yep.
Oh, do you get swim caps with all of them?
You always get a swim cap, and you have to wear it.
Oh.
That identifies you in the water, so they can find you.
Oh, I thought that's all you got for Connecticut.
No,
was a
no,
hat.
you get a few extra things.
Oh, that's nice.
Sometimes you get a cap like this.
Wow.
Sometimes you get a shirt.
Wow.
like
So, how do you go from being 350 pounds to all of this?
Right,
How does that happen? And what made you choose this? Yeah.
Well, it's really become a lifestyle for me, the triathlon lifestyle.
I've never heard of it as a lifestyle.
Yes, it encompasses a lot of things. So, I had a very addictive way of living in the past. I was addicted to food, I was addicted to cigarettes, I was addicted to alcohol, and I just eliminated a lot of that from my life and decided that I'm going to become healthy. So today, I try to eat as healthy as possible. I have 3 different sports that I have to kind of try to master, so I need to swim, bike, and run on a regular basis. Running was always my first love, and I do that all the time. Mm-hmm. In fact, before I came here today, I ran 7 miles. That was today's requirement for my training program. Biking is a little challenging in the wintertime because you can't go outside.
Do you use an exercise bike?
I use my bike on a trainer in the basement, which is a stand that it sits on and allows the wheel to spin. Oh. So I can ride in the basement at my house. And then the swimming is in the pool during the winter time. So I go to LA Fitness and I swim in the pool.
That's wild. And so you
Yep.
just train every day for these?
Generally speaking, I do something every day, sometimes 2 sports in a day, and every once in a while, even 3 sports in a day. Yep.
My God, I don't even think I say the word sports 3 times in a day. Wow, God love you. God love you. So, it's just, it amazes me, though, because you're sitting there 315 pounds. Mm-hmm. And I would never think of, how do you go from that, though, to I'm going to run? How? What brought you to that? What is it with running? And God love you, first of all, for going from 315 pounds and multiple addictions to, this. God love you for that. That's a success story right there.
One of the things that I started with was just a small bit of walking. And I would walk a couple of miles. And then I got interested in doing a loop through town. And I kind of measured the distance. And I went 2, and then I went 3 miles. And eventually I started jogging to see if I could do it. And I could barely make a mile the first time I tried jogging. And then I realized that smoking and running don't go together. So that's when I cut myself free from cigarettes.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
as your body became healthier, it's like your body said,
No more
wow.
smoking. Right. And
So
then
was that easy to quit smoking that way?
It was a struggle at first because I was it was ingrained in me to get up every morning, and the first thing I did was have a cigarette. So I had to change my routine. I had to get up and go straight to the shower and do something else instead. And then with time, people said to me, hey, why don't you try like the Manchester Road Race? And that's where I became interested in running. So I started racing.
You had stopped smoking by the time you
Stopped
did the Manchester
smoking,
Road Race?
started running, yep. Did the
Wow.
Manchester Road Race. And then, like I said, the friend had come up to me at work after 3 or 4 years of running. And he said, I know you like to run. How about we do something that incorporates that sport as well as 2 others? I know you like to ride mountain bikes, so you're a biker, you're a runner, and we could add the swimming. You could do this triathlon.
Was this like a scout or a coach? Or?
It was just a friend of mine who knew about this and wanted to both of us to do it together. He did it with me.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Because I'm like, because if I had a friend that said, you're going to do this, that, and this, no, I'm not. Now, let's go do this. You know?
Right. So we did it together.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Wow.
And
okay.
we still work out together to this day. Yep. So eventually, I just became so interested in doing Ironman that it's become a lifestyle where I'm always working towards, the races that I'm going to do this coming summer. And the big deal really was getting to the full Ironman, the 140.6.
So these aren't full Ironmans.
These are all half Ironmans, or the 70.3,
Okay.
as it's commonly called. And then eventually in 2018, I got to Lake Placid and did the 140.6, which is the full Ironman.
Now, what's involved in that?
So that is swim 2.4 miles, bike 112 miles, and then run a marathon.
It exhausts me just to hear that.
That
And
is a long day.
Mike, how do you live through it?
You have to get excited. You have to be full of enthusiasm and positive vibes. And you have to just keep persevering all day long. You have to just keep moving on to the next thing. And you get through it. As long as you trained properly, your nutrition has been good, and you have a positive attitude, you have every chance of completing that day. So my first attempt, which was 2018, 16 hours and 9 minutes it took me to complete the day, but I did it.
16 hours?
16 hours and 9 minutes. Yes.
I don't know if I could even stay awake for 16 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably can.
Right.
But to do, oh my God.
Yes. So that was Lake Placid. And found out from there that, of course, the World Championship for the 140.6 is held in Kailua Kona, Hawaii. And that's the World Championship, and only a couple thousand people get invited to go to that every year. So I would like to get to that. That's my goal. Always having a goal and always working towards something further, bettering yourself, right?
Yeah.
So very hard to get into. You have to either win a race to get invited, or you have to be so outstanding, and that's really hard. There's so many people. This
is outstanding, isn't it?
It is pretty good.
How many people have this?
So then I discovered that there is an alternative way to get in, which is called the Legacy Club. So if you have completed 12 full Ironmans and you put in your application for the lottery, they draw several hundred people every year to be invited to Hawaii to participate in that World Championship. So these don't count. The only one that counts so far is this single one right here.
So you got to do
11 more to go.
So in 11 years?
Well, I'm figuring 2 a year for the next 5 years.
Oh my God.
Right? So I'm signed up for Lake Placid again this summer, and also Mont Blanc up by Quebec, Canada.
When is that?
So these are July will be Lake Placid, and August will be Mont Blanc in 2020. And if I can continue that for 5 years in a row, I'll build up 10, plus my 1 is 11. I'll have 1 more to go, and then I can get in on that lottery. So it's sort of a 6-year plan.
Wow.
Right? And then I can apply, and then, you got to cross your fingers that you get accepted. But that would be the dream of a lifetime, to be invited to Hawaii and to be in the biggest triathlon race there is in the whole world, and to be with the world champions on the same course.
Wow.
And not knowing, I'm not trying to beat them. I'm trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. That's what I'm trying to accomplish.
That's a fascinating goal.
Mm-hmm.
To be better than the person you were yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow, that's a game changer.
Yes.
I actually never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
See, sports. Sports
Yep.
and that competitive edge. that's what's gonna, 1 more mile, 2 more miles. Because, I mean, I'm not going to say I work out, but I do have a folding exercise bike that does more than dry my delicates.
Right.
But I consider that a chore, an absolute chore. But to try to make it where I can do maybe another minute, and maybe that frame of reference might change things for me.
Yes.
I don't know if I could go full on like this, and it's got to be a special blessing to go. You don't hear a lot of 315-pound people showing
Right.
up, and this is only like half of your treasures, right?
Right. I brought
this is
just the Ironman products today. Yeah.
So you've been running for how many years?
Well, I started about 25 years ago, and it was all small in the beginning. It was just running, and it was just little races here and there, and I've built my way up. And it is a lot of hard work. You can't just jump in and all of a sudden, you're biking 100 miles and you're swimming the whole lake out and back. It's a lot of work. You have to practice.
Wow. Yeah, 100 miles.
Right.
Riding a bike 100 miles.
Right.
Well, I think the farthest I could ever go was 15.
Okay.
Wow. But it's just, it boggles my mind, It's like, what special thing, what special gift to just go from rock bottom, if you will.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, this is almost like a spiritual transformation in a way, because, I mean, I've heard a lot about like when you're working out, the endorphins are released in the brain, and that's does that happen? Is that like this runner's high thing that you hear about?
I like to meditate while I'm running. I think about my day. I like to be in touch with my higher power. I give thanks for all the good things in my life because I'm blessed to be able to do this. I truly believe that your health is the most important thing you can have before any possessions, material possessions in your life. And as I get older, it gets a little harder to keep up, but I continue to persevere. I just go out and I just do that next thing. Like Nike says, just do it. That's what I do. I get up and I just go. Let's just go do it, Get down to that pool. Swim some laps, Get out there and run. Or when the weather gets nice again, I'm really looking forward to getting out on my bike and biking around our beautiful countryside.
Wow.
Yep.
It's very inspiring, So so it's almost like an act of devotion, you would say?
Yes. Yep.
So it's beyond fitness.
Yes. So, my sobriety kind of is linked into this, having over 20 years without a drink and, not doing those addictive things anymore, eating or smoking or drinking and finding peace out doing this in nature, being out in the fresh air and just thanking your higher power for all the good things in your life, and the ability just to do this it's a complete blessing.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, because here I am thinking, this is just fitness. Like, okay, he's a fitness nut, but no,
so much
there's
more to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk to me about the spiritual side of it. Like, what happens for you while you're running? So
it's kind of all encompassing. It's a whole lifestyle, behind this. And there is there's the focus on the swim and the bike and the run, but there's also the beauty of nature because you're out doing this outside in God's beautiful green earth. We're stuck, at least in New England, we're stuck in the wintertime doing more of it inside, having to go to a pool or riding the bike in the basement, like I said. But I enjoy the warm time of the year when I'm out amongst all the creatures in nature and enjoying the countryside. It gives me time to think and to reflect and to be grateful for the good things in my life. And then, there's a lot of healthy choices that go with it, choosing to eat properly and to try to get enough rest and, it's a whole way of living. And then another thing that I've noticed over the years is that people who are in triathlon, they're very helpful, they're very kind people, they look out for each other. If I was in a race and I saw somebody who maybe had an accident, was by the side of the road, I would reach out and try to help them.
Oh, wow, there's like a culture.
Yes.
To the,
Yes.
my mind is blown. I just thought that it was running and
Right. There's
swimming.
it's all encompassing.
So it's almost like this is causing you to really consider your body
Yes.
with every choice that you make.
True.
And
True.
honor your body.
And to think about others too. Like when I'm driving down the road and I see someone riding a bicycle, I relate that to me because I could very easily be that person riding by the side of the road, and I respect that. I give them room, I treat them nicely. I see people who have no respect for bicyclists and cut them off or, honk at them and try to scare them. And I have complete
My
respect.
God.
Yes. So it makes me think about others also.
Wow. It's really beautiful.
It is.
Because what it's putting me in the mind of, I think I had a couple of shows on yoga and, that whole mindset and how that is. It seems as though you're achieving that through this mega fitness thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Maybe I could do it.
You could.
No, I don't think, honey, the ship has sailed. The ship has sailed for anything. Listen, the only thing I can run is out of time. No, that's kind of funny. No, but I can't imagine doing all of that, but it does make me think about my little exercise bike.
Mm-hmm.
So right off the bat, though, did you start feeling this, or do you have days when you just didn't want to do it and you gave up on it, or you just went whole hog?
It's hard to keep up that level of motivation all the time. And there are times when you feel a little down. Maybe it's a dreary day and you just don't feel like going and doing whatever you're supposed to do that day. And I've found that you do have to rekindle that fire inside of you. Sometimes what I've done is I've taken out DVDs of the Kona race in Hawaii and watched it. And I've seen some of the people. There was an 85-year-old gentleman who just completed Hawaii, and they actually
85?
They had to create a new age bracket for him because he was the only person of that age at the race.
I should live so long and he finished a race.
Exactly. And I said to myself, if he can do it, I can do it. No reason I can't end up at that world championship in Hawaii. The only reason I wouldn't end up there is if I give up, and I'm not going to give up. So you may see me back here in a few years with another medal added on the end of here.
When he has it,
That's right.
we'll do another show.
Okay.
We will.
Okay.
We will. My God, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was just gonna be a show about, you stopped all the destructive stuff through fitness, but it never occurred to me, honestly, that there was a spiritual side to
Yes.
just pushing your body to its limit.
Yes.
I
feel healed. I feel healed inside. My spirit is positive and happy, and I feel healed.
That's powerful, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful. And so your body is limitless. So therefore you're limitless.
Right.
So how does this impact other parts of your life?
Well, I think it keeps a good attitude. It keeps me positive. I try to look for the positive things in life rather than the negative things. And then even when there are negative things, which undoubtedly will come, you can put that positive spin on them. So like I heard said the other day, sometimes we run across roadblocks in our life. And some people will say, well, that's blocking me. That's terrible. I can't. But what that is that's actually steering you onto the road that you're supposed to go down. So that roadblock, in essence, is a little steer of the wheel for you.
You're blowing my mind. This is sounding kind of woo-woo now.
Yes.
I love it. Wow. So you just changed your life in such a beautiful way.
Yes.
And so
all of this success is really my own. This isn't that I'm a champion at this sport or that I come in first, second, or third.
Yeah.
It's that I am a champion for myself. I'm so much happier with my life today, and triathlon is the reason for it.
Wow. I don't think I have ever heard a story like this in my life. Just so real quick, because we're running out. So 315 pounds to however much you weigh now.
180.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And with all of this, you can't have an ounce of body fat on you.
Very little.
Wow. So just running and all of this tightened up all your skin and everything.
Swimming, biking, and running.
Swimming, biking, and running.
Good, healthy life.
Wow. I am so glad I had you on this show, because, you know, what I try to do is something for everybody, you know? And this is easy. Anybody could just maybe start running and catch fire like this.
Ironman says, and it says it on the, you can't really see it, but it's on the ribbon there. Anything is possible. That's their theme. Anything is possible.
And you are living proof of that.
Yes.
Absolute living proof that everything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you can go from 315 pounds to all of this, 315 pounds in every addiction you could want,
yes,
to this, everything is possible.
It's true.
Well, you know what? I salute you, and I am really proud to know you. This is a very compelling story, and I'm so glad that you came on to talk about it.
Thank you, Marion.
All right. Well, powerful stuff. Can you believe this? This is amazing stuff, and wow, my mind is blown. So thank you for watching Time for Healing, and we'll see you next time for another fantastic show. Take it easy.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.